Yes, guys, welcome back to another live review. Chelsea nil, Manchester United nil. Literally the exact same result as the reverse fixture. Definitely not as boring, but it's like trash versus garbage if we're judging both games based on entertainment value, because for long periods it was a drag. But there's only certain areas where I think there were problems in this game. I thought defensively were excellent. Christensen was on fire today. Rudiger was on fire today. It could be either one of the pair of them for man of the match, in my opinion. And the remontada that the pair of them are having in 2021 is amazing. And I'm saying the pair of them because Rudiger needs to have his name up in the same position as Christensen right now as well. The pair of them have been excellent over the last few games. And since Tuchel's joined too. But you can still see where the problems are. And I'm not even getting so angry about it anymore because we just know what the issue is. It's the final third and it's our lack of ability to be clinical in big moments. And it happened yet again in this game. Hakim Ziyech, I'll give De Gea the credit because it was a good save from him too. But in that sort of position, you've got to be finishing it. Mason Mount as well. That drive forwards that he had in the second half was excellent, but he just took too many touches. And if he went for the shot at the right point, as soon as he got into the 18-yard box, I've got confidence that he can put it in the back of the net. I think at the very least, we played good enough for a point. But the same way, it leaves me sitting there thinking that we could have got more because Manchester United, to an extent, were for the taking. I think we dominated. Well, I say we dominated play. We dominated play in the second half. The first half, it was very evened out. But Manchester United's play just wasn't any good enough. We know their play going forward. It stinks unless it's on a counter-attack. And this game was yet again the exact same thing. They went forward, but if they don't go forward with numbers and quickly, they have to start thinking about their options. And as soon as they start thinking, they're not good enough and we can catch them. But our thing is whenever we had the ball, we either turned it over too much or we just weren't clinical with it in the moments where we should have been. Like we took too long to deliver crosses in my point of view. N'Golo Kante, he had another one of these games where it was really tough to gauge how good he was or how bad he was because I thought he broke up play excellently and he was good defensively, but it was another one of those games where he just kept turning over possession too much for my liking. And you can clearly see why Jorginho and Kovacic work better together in a defensive pivot. But I also understand why we went with Kante and Kovacic. We're going to be playing that too against Atletico Madrid. It makes sense that we start playing them now and try and see if they can develop a bit more chemistry together. But we also saw the benefits and the disadvantages of playing the pair of them together. Defensively, I thought we were excellent. Midfield, there were problems. Hakim Ziyech, we can already talk about that because it was a howler of a first half, even if he might have redeemed himself a bit more in the second half. But we're going to discuss this with the panel. I'm going to get the panel in quickly. Yes, guys, what is everyone telling me? Let me get everyone in first. Nice. First off, Flawless, rival fan. Chat to me about the game, bro.
Yo, the rate, what is this to talk about? I'm hoping to get some topics off you, look. You know what I'm saying in that? What is there to talk about? And I think it's a better point for us than it is for you, simply because we're the away team. 1, 2, Leicester losing today, so we got a point clear in second. We're still at 6 points clear of you lot. That's pretty much it. That's where the match, there isn't really much to react to. What else really happened? McTominay at the end plays a better pass. We probably score there. That's all I've got. Nothing else
That's it really with you guys, because you lot didn't really leave much of an impression on us. That's the thing. You lot had, when you had the ball, I didn't think you did much of it unless you caught us out and you were trying to counter attack. But even then, final ball let you guys down a lot. And it's not even just a McTominay one. I can't really name names on it, but there were 2 or 3 chances where you were counter attacking, and then there was just one shocking pass at the end of it that just killed the whole thing.
Yeah, like the Bruno played one into Rashford and he should have collected it. It was an easy pass and he ended up playing it out just too far ahead and it went out for a throw-in for you lot. So, yeah, just typical. That's been Manchester United. Like when people hear me and they're like, oh, why are you so negative? Now, as Chelsea fans, you lot can see that's not a one-off for us. That's how we play week in, week out. That's not a one-off poor game where we've been flying and playing well. Like, yes, our results are good because we're in second place and it shows. But in terms of our performances have not always matched our results. That's how we play. Win, lose, or draw, that's how we play. I can't remember the last time we actually played well. We don't play as a cohesive unit. Did you not see any pattern of play from Manchester United at all?
Not even really, to be honest.
This is my point. When I say
the system was good for the way we set up against you guys, because we set up just to stop you from counter-attacking. And defensively, I thought we did our job. It's just I'm annoyed with the final third play, and it's the same thing that constantly happens. Like, we don't take our chances. We never do. And this is where the problem is always with us. Capitalize. Not just in the sense of the table, in the 90 minutes as well when we play. And we don't do it enough for my liking.
Yeah, I thought United defensively were actually decent today. Like, I was worried when anytime I see Lindelof and Maguire together, I'm always worried. But it's not like you carved us open. It wasn't one chance I look at where I'm like, Chelsea should have scored that. I think it was the Ziyech? I think his shot when De Gea saved.
The Mount one for me.
They're probably the two best.
Mount just ran through your whole team, but then he just held it on for way too long.
Yeah, and I think it was McTominay or Maguire. I can't remember which one of them ended up blocking it.
Yeah, the Werner one as well. Where
but yeah,
Lindelof,
minus those two, there wasn't. Like, I'm always concerned, and because you have all banter aside, because of the attackers you have, I know you can cause us problems. You know what I'm saying? You have Giroud on the pitch. Ziyech might be out of form, whatever. You have Mount also. Callum Hudson-Odoi's on the pitch too. So Chilwell's good going forward also. So I was fairly pleased. Defensively, we were solid. It's just offensively we didn't. Cheers for that in the private chat as well. Just offensively we weren't good. We didn't really lay a glove on you. The majority of our shots were from outside. The Fred shot, the McTominay one was just inside the box.
Typical Manchester United 1.1 to 0.4 as well. It was a dead game.
This is why when people were predicting like a high-scoring game, I didn't see it. I said max there'll be 2 goals in this game overall in it. I did not see a 2-1 either way, or even a 2-1 either way. I was like max 2-0. But I did predict a 1-0 United win. But in my heart of hearts, I'm like, well, I should have said in my head, I knew draw, another ball fest, because that's pretty much how. Go on.
You remember on Thursday, I was watching. You said to me it's gonna be a 0-0 draw. Then you did say that.
But I'm still gonna come on here, banter, and back my team. But I knew it was gonna be 0-0 because I've seen us play enough games against the top 6. All our games go like that. That game there is a repeat out the one at Old Trafford. A little bit more open.
I think we're a bit more attacking. That's the only thing. But the other one was just such bottom tier in terms of attacking threat. Like, who cares?
And our 2 games against you were like that. Our game against Anfield was like that. Our 2 games against Arsenal, even though they beat us at Old Trafford, was like that. All our games, the City game at home was like that. This is a common running theme with us against it. This is a common running theme with us against pretty much everyone. Like I said, the reason why I get so critical of Oli is because of things like that. Like, our team is better than that. With the attacking options we have, our team is better than that. But it doesn't show it. We didn't really lay a glove on you lot. We didn't pressure you lot. There was no sustained pressure.
I think you lot tried to, but again, we're also great defensively as well.
Yeah, I thought Kante was he completely nullified Bruno. I mean, Bruno, it's like he wasn't even in the game, man. The whole time, he didn't really do anything. Bruno, I don't think he was allowed by Kante. And Mount's defensive work was just unbelievable. That's
why I'm annoyed. But like at the worst, I'm annoyed because there's a lot of positives that I can take from the play. It's just what we weren't good at is the same things that we haven't been good at. The only shocking thing for me was that we gave Ziyech a big chance in this game, and for the most part, he didn't take it.
It's because McTominay and Fred, for all their critics, are, like I said, the 2 centre-backs. Both defenses were on top. Both our defenses were better than our attacks. You lot looked a little bit more potent going forward, but again, there isn't many chances if you combine both teams where you're like, he should have scored that. Maybe the Mount one, you could argue, but that's it. There's no chance for Manchester United where I'm like, he should have scored that. It's just a McTominay pass and a Bruno pass there, but passes.
I think your best chance was the Fred one from outside the box, and that was speculative at best.
There we go, innit?
He's hit that on his weaker foot, and like no one's giving him a prayer, and it's just gone wide.
That's it.
I think
that one shook me. I proper thought that was top bins and everything. I thought he got
it as well.
Yeah, Fred would have top bins that. Oh Lord!
I couldn't be asking that to see pass the Fred all over the timeline. I'm not here for that shit still. But what I am here for is
there we go.
AC Penitentiary. Even 30 minutes in, Anthony Martial's face is still getting slapped all over that. But realistically, man of the match could go to him, or it could go to Antonio Rudiger, because I think the pair of them were excellent all game. Like, Dan James and anyone on the left-hand side just struggled to even create anything. There's a Ziyech chance as well. That's a great save by De Gea. The more I look at it, the more it's like, I don't blame Ziyech too much. It comes to him on his left foot. He takes it perfectly, but I think De Gea also knows that he's going to take it with his left.
Yeah,
I just think he's got to get more power behind it.
This Mount chance, man. He could have smashed that.
There's two, right? So there's one where he gets inside the box, and then there's another one. When he cuts back, if he hits that either first time on his left or the outside of his right, he's got a chance. But he cuts back, stops, sets himself on his right, and it allows McTominay to get across.
There's 3 moments we've not mentioned yet. What I think we should is one is Callum Hudson-Odoi's cross for Giroud.
Yeah,
Was so close.
First half, innit?
And the second half was we both said it. Reece James put a ball on the sixpence twice on a free kick, and there was no one attacking that in our foot.
That's wrong. Twice.
You know what? When Reece James was playing those balls, though, that's when you want Giroud in there. But obviously, we only had Pulisic and Werner. I don't know. I kind of put the blame on Tuchel a bit for this game. I don't know how you lot feel. I don't know. I just felt like his changes were a bit. I wasn't too convinced. What do you think?
He should have went for it. If I'm a Chelsea fan, I'm expecting my manager at home to go for it a little bit more and press. But obviously, he doesn't want to get done on the counter. But then that's finding a balance. Like I wanted, even though we're away, I'm wanting Ollie to go for it more. Go get the game. Like why we still got 2 holding midfielders on it? Like you got Donny on the bench. You have attacking options on. Put him on and let's go for this. Because if we win this, it's a morale boosting win. We go 9 points clear of Chelsea.
Do you not think you went in there for the draw?
Of course.
That's just how you came in. You just came in for a draw. That was it.
Definitely. You are spot on, Johnny. Like I've not even seen Ollie's post-match interview. I know he's going to be probably grinning from ear to ear and happy with this. He's going to be happy with it. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm not saying I'm not happy.
It's not that you've gained the point. It's more that you've taken 2 from us. That's the way I think you'll look at it.
Kept us at bay nicely.
Yeah, that's how he's looking at it. The gap could have been 3. How he's looking at it is still 6 rather than
now the
it
pressure's
being
just
3.
on Leicester City.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good. I'm glad they. Even though I hate seeing Arsenal win, that's the silver lining is we go a point clear of Leicester. That's it, and hopefully Sheffield. That's what it is.
Linking up perfectly for that. I love how David Williams' 2 best performances have been against our neighbours and again in a game where we actually needed Arsenal to turn up in. It's excellent.
Excellent stuff. And I was here's hoping Sheffield United do Liverpool in a bit. That's what we're hoping for. Just to top off the weekend. 7:15.
7:15. Okay, cool. So I'll be on straight while we're doing the phone in as well. Alex, chat to me about the game, bro. What's your thoughts been, mate?
Be fair, I don't think it's as bad as some people are making out. I think it was a lot better than the game at Old Trafford earlier on in the season. I thought that game was a disgrace, and you could see that both teams were obviously trying to play for a point. This time, we were moving the ball a lot quickly throughout, and we did have more attacking impetus, but this is what I was saying earlier on in the week after the Atletico game. It's the final ball. For me, it's not even the final third, it's the final ball. The final third to me would be, trying to find the pass that even gets us into the box. We could get into the box. That's not really the issue. It's the last ball. And, that's the ball that's going to get us goals. But just, to be honest, if you'd asked me before the game, I would have happily taken a point. But then when you look at how the game actually panned out, I'm slightly disappointed we didn't get all 3. But if we beat Liverpool on Thursday, then suddenly that's 4 points out of a possible 6. So it'll make the result look a bit better. But that's it really. It's just the end product. Defensively, I thought we were solid. We look a lot better than we have done at times this season. Even in the midfield. I know N'Golo had a couple of off moments with possession, but other than that, some superb interceptions and obviously the Man United counter-attack near the end of the game. Great interception there as well. I thought Kovacic was quite good, but overall, I suppose it's an all right result, but obviously you want the 3 points. But I think you summed it up perfectly. I think United would be more happy that they've kept us at bay, to be honest.
that's the thing for me. Like, I can take a lot of positives in the way that we played. I'm just more disappointed in the outcome, as well, especially with how well that we played in the Atletico Madrid game. I thought we'd go into this game with a bit more confidence, but it did seem like we were second guessing ourselves a lot, especially in the transitions from defense back into attack.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, right, there was some for me, like, I know Hudson-Odoi got taken off at half time, but he put in some good crosses in the first half. I think there was one that Giroud just missed out on, bang on the money. You know, if he gets his head on the end of that, then it's a different game. But yeah, I don't know. I thought I didn't think we were that bad on the transition. A couple of sluggish passes though, and then, you know, suddenly United hit you on the counter attack. But I think Tuchel will be a bit disappointed, to be honest with you. Just it's just a final ball, really. That's the main issue. Apart from that, I don't really see that much of a cause for concern.
Yeah, I'm just glad that we yet again stopped ourselves from conceding for another 90 minutes. We look a lot more solid as a system. It's just, like you said, the final end product as well. Kaio, nice to chat, man. What's your thoughts on the game today?
Yeah, man. How are you guys doing? You guys good?
Yes,
Yeah,
Kaio.
What's good?
Look, I'm happy and I'm disappointed at the same time. You know, I think defensively we look really good, but as far as chance creation, Jesus Christ, do we not create, man? And I think like some of it, a lot of it actually comes from our players just being too selfish. Like when you see Mason Mount just run toward himself, and he was like 2v1 versus I think it was who was it? Was it who was it? Like anyway, they were 2v1 against the center back, and instead of fucking passing it like a simple fucking ball, decided to play with it. And then we had other balls where Kovacic should have passed it and he shot it, and it's just like, don't get me wrong, for me, our midfield was brilliant today, but that formation, man, we rarely create with it. He needs to do something. Man. He needs to change it. It's like, yeah, we're defensively solid right now, but is it worth the creation? We're not creating any chances. It's worrying me.
We created a bit, Kaio, to be fair.
Yeah, but that's not enough. It's not enough to create a bit against a team that is as good as Manchester United. Even though they weren't good at the night, they're still defensively a very good team. And we didn't create anything. And it's scary, man. It's honestly, I hope Tuchel sees from this, because for me, I'm tired of this fake unbeaten records, man. People be like, oh yeah, he's still unbeaten. But that's irrelevant if you're unbeaten if you're dropping points. You know what I mean? So it's disappointing because I thought we could have won that game. We thought that if Mount wasn't as selfish with the run was brilliant. Don't get me wrong, but if he passed it, we could have been talking. We could have been a completely different direction right now.
There was only James in there, Kaio. There was no.
That's not true.
one in the box.
No, Jude was in front of him alone. He was alone versus the defender, man.
I don't think it's a case of him being selfish. I just think he should have taken the chance earlier for shoot
it. Yeah, he should have passed.
Yeah, when he's on his left. But
yeah, I don't know about you guys, but it worries me. It honestly does worry me, like our chance creation. And people say, oh, we created some chance, but that's irrelevant. We should be creating 10 or 15 chances a game. And none of those chances were clear-cut chances. That's why our strikers struggle as well, which is...
Yeah, I sort of agree with you there. I've been saying this for a while about there's having, you know, half chances where you think, oh, well, it's an attempt on goal. It doesn't really trouble the keeper. And then there's clear-cut chances. For me, De Gea, good save, commendable, but Ziyech should be finishing that, man. If you're not going to score at his near post, hit it across your body.
It was a good save, though. It was a good save, though.
No, don't get me wrong. It was a good save, but you should be scoring from this. Someone of quality should be scoring.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
I'm to be honest, I'm annoyed about it, man. Honestly, because I don't want us to have more fake unbeaten records again, man. I want us to have actual unbeaten records. We can actually collect points, because for us right now, we need to pack on points, you know, because next we have Liverpool, and now if they win their game against Sheffield, they're only going to be 1 point behind us, and it's starting to get serious. Yeah, starting to get serious now, and West Ham is still a point above us. So we need to do something. It was a better result for United than it was for us.
Let me get the table up in general. Anyway,
Good point, man. Man, sound like me talking about United tonight in terms of creating chances. The
Yeah.
same thing, I swear.
Yeah,
it's
chance
the
creation
same
is
thing,
dead,
innit?
man. I'm worried about it. I've been worried about it for a while. Even the win against Atletico, we could have buried that game, and it's scary if we create that little chances at the end. We're gonna score only one goal. You know, we need to do something.
We live in the
We
same
need to do
struggle.
something with the formation.
We got the same struggle.
that's the table. Liverpool win, they're a point behind, but we've got better goal difference than them at the very
And
least. Unless they absolutely
Everton-
stat pad against Sheffield United.
If Everton
Yeah.
win both their games in hand, they go above us as well.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but
I
when
doubt
are
it.
there games in hand? Because I can't worry too much
I don't
about games that are coming in May and shit. Because there's still plenty of time to change those things around.
They play Southampton tomorrow.
Yeah.
I
that,
don't know.
Lewis. But then with Champions League games and FA Cup games, you know, there's going to be quite a fixture congestion list. So it's not going to be as easy as we've got time or whatever, because there's teams that aren't in competitions going to have more time than us.
Did you guys
No,
talk about
more-
Giroud already?
Giroud, no, we ain't
Again?
spoken about Giroud. What's your thoughts?
Bro, if the guy scored, he's amazing. But other than that, I'm sorry, I love you, Giroud, but you're a fucking liability, man. When you're not scoring, man. It's like every counterattack we have is just fucking snail pace, man.
I didn't expect
needs-
him to start, man. I honestly didn't expect him to start from playing
Yeah, but-
the Letty game.
But the
So-
problem is,
Man.
the
Yeah.
problem is who
I thought Werner would have come on earlier as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought that as well.
Mm.
I thought that.
I can
Some of the
understand
subs
why.
are a bit late.
To be fair,
Yeah.
the Werner one I can understand because of Tuchel's comments before the game about wanting him to be full strength for Liverpool. Because for me, the Liverpool game is more important in this game.
Why though? Can I understand why? United are above us.
Because Liverpool-
Have bigger chances to actually get top four.
Because
Like Liverpool is behind us. We should be looking at people above us, not
yeah,
people
Liverpool are
behind
the
us. man.
closest team to make sure we don't finish in that top four. So
Yeah.
regardless of what the United result
I honestly disagree. I think we should be winning every game that we have
oh no,
in front of us. And I didn't think about the game two games ahead of us. If we want to get top four, we have to win the games that are ahead of us. Not look like,
theoretically,
oh, yeah, we fucked up here, and we have done that the whole season.
No,
Yeah, it scares me, man.
theoretically, you want to win every game. That's
Yeah.
a given. But that's not possible. It's just not possible to win every game. And the problem is,
Yeah,
as we're seeing with when Ziyech is coming in, he's not performing. When others
Yeah.
are coming in and they're not performing to the same ability, we haven't got the.
I actually thought Ziyech was good in the second half. I think he was one of our better players in the second half.
He was okay.
Yeah,
but-
really.
But the problem was,
first half
he was
really
our
bad.
worst player in the first half.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
the worst player in the first half.
I think a lot of the reason we are poor creatively is we change that attack every fucking week, man. We need some consistency, some cohesion in the team, man. And I hope for God's sake, man, that he changes that three at the back, because we look like every time we attack, we have three attackers versus 4 defenders, man. And
Yeah,
it's not gonna end up with goals.
But Kai,
It's not gonna end up with a lot of goals.
Our defense is solid at the minute. So like, I wouldn't.
Yeah, but-
Tuchel's not going to go back 4. He won't go back 4. But what he
So
might do,
we're gonna keep doing like we do now. We're gonna win games 1-0
No,
like have a heart
Kai.
attack to the last minute, man.
Kai,
I think-
it's down to the progressive play, bro. You know, if you're asking Kante to play forward passes, he's not the best at it. Jorginho is okay with Kovacic. Yeah, they work, but Kovacic, his progressive play wasn't how it was in the last 3 games when he plays with Jorginho. So you're missing that part of your game.
I actually disagree, man. Today he was one of the
Hold on. I
best.
think we're missing something here.
How come we didn't play Jorginho though?
No. Forget all the players and everything, right?
Mhm.
Chelsea wasn't the only team that came for a draw today. So it's not like we had all the opportunities.
We did come. I don't think we came for a draw, to be honest with you. I think
No,
we
I don't
came for
think
one,
we
but we
came.
just couldn't win.
We tried, but then we realized like
We
we're
tried to nick
in the
it.
first
We
half.
tried to
Yeah.
nick it.
Like
The thing is-
we tried to nick it, but it was never gonna come. Like Kai's been saying. Like if we go up against teams that are going for draws, right? We're not gonna be able to break them down. That's where we have our problem. But
Yeah,
when
but-
we get people that come out at us and try to play against us, we will create better opportunities.
But don't
We
you think
always,
you have enough?
we always struggle against low blocks.
Yeah, but don't you think you have enough
Always.
talent to create? Don't you think you have enough talent to break down teams who are coming for a block? I think you do.
I
They're
think
not,
feel
they're
like
not
it's
firing.
just-
They're not.
It also comes with
we don't get the same work rate.
Yeah.
Flawless, yeah. You see, if we put like a
Yeah.
Ziyech and a Pulisic and a Havertz instead of like a Mount, Giroud and Werner, then you're gonna get more creativity, but you're not gonna get as good as pressing and work rate. So it's gonna leave out. It's gonna leave out the defense.
I think he's definitely.
You know why I disagree. It's impossible for these players to gain confidence and match sharpness playing for 10 minutes a game, man.
Yeah.
How the fuck are they gonna get? We have a big squad, and we're never gonna get cohesion if we just play them like in the last 10 minutes.
No, I hear you.
Yeah, but I'll be honest, I'm not happy with this.
I'm not happy with it. For me, it's United were there for the taking. Man. I'm annoyed, man.
But I'm also happy that we didn't lose, because if we'd lost, I would have just gone nuts.
Yeah,
that'll be a fuckery.
I think that's one thing that needs to be stated clearly. Man United did not look like they had a chance. Okay, this was a Chelsea draw. It wasn't good job both sides. Man United did not come to play this game. They didn't do anything positive.
I actually think they had better chance than we had.
Huh?
Being unbiased, I think they had better chance than we had.
They didn't. Their best chance was a shot from outside the box. It was speculative at best.
Well, you talk
That's
about
safe from Mendy. The save from Mendy, man. The save from Mendy was.
Yeah, that was a really good save.
Well, it was a really good save, man. No, I disagree. I think it was
Well,
dangerous.
he had to dash Chilwell out of his way first before he could sort out the save.
Chilwell was good defensively today, actually. I'm giving him that, man.
I was surprised he played this match because I really thought he was going to be safe for the Liverpool game. Because now I'm thinking Alonso starts the Liverpool game, they can just press the fuck out of him on that side, and I'm a bit worried for that now. I thought Chilwell would be able to handle himself better under pressure.
He'll have Kovacic.
He had a good game today.
I mean, Kovacic is absolutely ridiculous. He's a baller.
But yo, you man, I gotta dip off anyway. Yo,
He's a
Lewis,
baller, man.
big up for having me.
Take care, man.
Yo, love to the whole panel and that. Yo, everyone make sure you hit the subscribe button. Yeah, love to you, man.
Yeah,
Big
take
up for
care,
having me,
man.
man. Appreciate that, man. Thank you.
So,
take care, bro.
But I just feel like we really.
Talking about Kovacic, I have one thing that just pissed me off the whole game. He was good, but every single time he had the chance to pass forward or like turn
that's what I'm saying.
Every time, like, his whole game, he had a near perfect game. I think.
Yeah,
You see that ball he gave Reece,
what we needed. That's what we needed.
I disagree, man.
We needed that. Come on, Kai, you got to be honest. That wasn't one of his best games, man.
Oh no!
I feel he was better than Mount today, and I can argue with anybody about it today.
Nah.
Yeah, no. Wait.
I want to hear this debate.
That was horrid.
He was better than Mount. Mount slipped, misplaced chances, lost the ball every fucking chance. He could have
use it all the time, man. No, he didn't.
I thought it was more N'Golo in midfield that was losing more the passes.
Yeah, in the first half, but then he was also making some great interceptions as well.
Kante was
That's why Kante is a 50-50 game on him. Like, there was bad parts of his game, but there was also good parts. I can give both and take both, but that's why I'm so confused about what we do with N'Golo Kante right now in terms of the midfield too. Like, I understand why they both play.
I thought he was good.
I think it's unfair. It's unfair to expect Kante to play 20 minutes a game and not start games and gain his match sharpness and be an amazing player that we all love. At the end of the day, it's like a second nature. You know, he hasn't been there, hasn't played for a while, and if he doesn't play, he's never gonna get that reflexes and that sharp instinct back.
He did his job.
Yeah, he did his job. I think second half he was amazing. Second half, I think he saved us.
He completely cleaned up Bruno, man. Bruno didn't. What did Bruno do this whole game?
Yeah.
Every time you saw Bruno, Kante was already watching him on him. The whole game. So credit to Kante for that. Like he balled it there. But I mean, if you're asking Kante to go be progressive, it's not good. It's not quite there yet, especially with not match fitness. You know.
Yeah, because he's gonna take time for him to. He needs game time. He needs game time.
I agree with Kyle.
Our match sharpness it's and our cohesion. We couldn't have asked for a worse fucking run of games, man. We're playing teams who have like assembled for years now, and relatively we have a new team with a new coach, and we could have used a little bit more of the Burnleys, the Leeds, all those teams we can, you know. But you know what? If we get back, if we win against Liverpool, 4 points from those 6 points, I don't think it's that bad. But he needs to do something about like the creativity of this team, man. Because we cannot accept us just to keep going against teams and win 1-0 and ride our lucks going forward against those big teams, man. He needs to do something. I trust him to do something, but he needs to see that there's an issue for him to fix it, you know. But we'll see.
But United didn't come to play ball, man. I mean, that affects
Doesn't
the
fucking
game.
matter, man. I'm sick of those Lampard
yeah, but
excuses. I don't care who wants to
it's
play,
not
who didn't want to
Lampard
play.
excuse,
At the
Kai.
end of
Come
the
on,
day,
bro.
we have to win. 3 points. We're at home. What happened to Stamford Bridge being a fucking 3
Bro,
points ground, man?
Ziyech had that chance. Werner had a chance. If he just committed a bit more, he would have got to that before Lindelof. Yeah,
Mount had the
that
best
would have been
chance
a
and he
tamper.
fucking screwed it.
Mount,
You're
we
being biased,
can't.
bro. You're being
You know
biased,
what?
man.
You know what?
You're
No,
being
no.
biased.
With Mount, right? With Mount, yeah. His defensive work was absolutely unbelievable. Unbelievable. He stopped Wan-Bissaka. He stopped who else was on the right? Greenwood. They couldn't get out. They couldn't even get out. When do you see Wan-Bissaka not being able to bomb it on the right?
Yeah, but we're talking about like actual chances. Have you not missed any chances?
Time out. Listen, if we had Neymar in this team, right, he would be playing in the same position.
No.
I'm not comparing the two. I'm just saying, listen. I'm talking about he'll be playing in that position, right? The left forward side, right?
Yeah, but
hold on.
If you had Neymar in this team, probably be out partying.
Hold on. Mount is playing in a left forward position. I don't care how good he is on defense. If he does fuck all on offense, he did not have a good game.
Yeah, but hold up.
Hang on.
We don't create.
He was played on the left. That's not his fault where he's played. Okay. For me, Mount's a cam role. That's where he should be up the pitch. But he was played on the left for defensive reasons.
Keep doing this with players. I don't give a fuck about individual players, man. The team as itself needs creation, man.
But you know what with Mount? Where was the support from Ziyech in that whole first half when Mount was getting the ball and he was getting in great positions and he was linking up a bit with Chilwell? Where was Ziyech, bro? Ziyech was nowhere.
Our whole midfield creativity is not good enough. Don't tell me Mount was good creatively today. Don't tell me that.
You know what? He made a lot of passes where the players muffed their lines, man. I'm telling you, bro. Watch.
You sound like a fangirl, man. Our whole midfield was crap, man.
He made passes. You did yourself.
I was disappointed.
But it's not
as well, actually.
Yeah, he was awful, man. First half, I can't believe he even came on second half. He was that bad. He was awful high. You can't even argue.
You choose individual players over the team. The whole team.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying
for games, man.
No, because Christensen and Rudiger had a blinder. They were fantastic, right?
Okay.
Giroud had two chances that he possibly could have put away. All right. Yep. Adoy had that chance. If he got it on target, De Gea was nowhere. De Gea was nowhere for that. Yeah, that could have gone in.
But none of them were good chances that have been created by our midfield, man.
We were playing awful. Well, yeah, but you know, if you're not even playing kite, like if you expect Mount to do everything, what
I'm not expecting. When have I said about Mount? I literally said it like a minute ago. Did you guys hear me? I said the whole midfield haven't been created.
And then you got Giroud who moves like a flipping horse. You know what I mean? Like a horse tranquilized or something.
But it's an issue of creativity. We never give our players our front players any creative output, man. We don't give them any clear chance opportunities. And this is an issue. He needs to do something about it.
Yeah, I put it down to
my opinion, Johnny, let me finish, Johnny. In my opinion, we need to take that take one from the defense and put it in the midfield or in the attack because we clearly are getting outbodied in those areas. We don't have enough men in those areas to create. Like it's easy to shut our attack down, and we don't create any even in the counterattack. Our counterattacks are too slow because we don't have that third person that can stretch their defense. And it's an issue.
I hate to say it. I think Tammy would have been a better option today than Giroud.
No,
I'm not backing Tammy. I'm just saying, just for mobility and pace reasons, it could have been a bit better for us. I think.
Hold on, Kai.
This is the problem with our fans, man. When Giroud has a couple of bad games, they think Abraham's the next best thing.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
I don't think you can fault Giroud because you know
he didn't have any chances, to be honest with him.
Okay, fair enough. All right, maybe he could have gotten to the end of the Callum Cross. But what I'm saying is, you know his limitations as a striker. You're never going to be able to play a through ball to him and he's going to get on the end of it. We know he has no. You're going to have to get balls into the box that are either low that he can flick on or in the air where he can head it. There were two set pieces that Wayne mentioned earlier completely wasted. Reece James puts it into the perfect area. No one there to attack it because Giroud's not on the pitch.
Yeah. But they were playing that They were playing that football when we don't have a centre forward, like a typical centre forward up front, and I don't understand it. I can't understand why you do that.
Listen,
I don't get it.
Kind of games, this is the kind of game we low key kind of need. Look, we have performances like this. This shows shows the brass. This shows Abramovich. Yo, we need a striker.
We need a Haaland, man.
I think strikers would struggle in this. Any striker would struggle in this team. We don't create enough clear-cut opportunities.
I said that as well. I said that weeks ago.
I have a question for you.
I'm thinking exactly the same as you guys. I just don't know what we're going to do, because I think any striker that will have issues, because we have too many players who think about their individual stat padding rather than pass when they can. And it's everybody.
I have a question for you. Look, if you're saying we need to take one defender out and plug in an offensive weapon, right? What about
just a midfielder? Because if you look at our midfield, we can keep possession well, but we don't have any person who can stretch their defense. We're basically dealing 3 attackers trying to get on 4 center backs, and it's on 4 defensive players, and it's not easy, especially if your front player is as slow as Giroud.
That's a great point.
So what if we put Pulisic in at left wing back? That adds in another attacking weapon.
This left wing back is good, but it's too deep, man. When you go into attack, then when you attack, there's only 3 players there against 4 center backs. And then when you think about like the way that we play, like I said, we need somebody who's creative, who can keep the ball.
Yeah, but Kai, we beat Atletico Madrid with this system, bro. We beat Atletico Madrid.
Let's be honest, that 1-0, that's one bicycle kick.
They're a low block team.
How many times would Giroud score that goal, man? From 10.
No, but we did create a few other chances as well against a team that had like literally 8 men behind the ball.
Yeah, but we finished that game 1-0.
Yeah, but we still won it, bro.
I get that, but it's not if you can't see that this team doesn't create enough chances, then I don't know what to tell you, Johnny. If I'm honest with you, I don't know what to tell you.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing. We don't create. Our final third is the story of our season. It's been poor. It's been piss poor the whole way through. It's you might get a few little glimpses of something working, but it's not consistent. But also like Pulisic, he's not fit. I mean, his first touch today when he came on, I don't know if you noticed it. It was pretty poor, man. Normally, it sticks to him. That's what we want him to. That's what we use it Pulisic for. Is that close control?
Yeah. Also, he was whenever any of our attackers were trying to attack, there were 3 men on them, and if you look, there was no one to receive the ball as well. I think just in general, our off the ball movement for our attackers and our creativity.
That's credit to United's defensive play, no? That's credit to United's defensive play.
I don't think it's not only them though. It's like when we played against Wolves, same fucking issue. Same issue against Wolves, against Southampton, same issue. I think Tuchel needs to look at it and see what he can do.
We need Havertz in this team.
He's the one who gets paid for it, isn't it? Like not us.
We need Havertz with Mount, or you know what I mean. We just need. I don't know why he doesn't play Havertz, man.
I don't know if it's a sharpness thing with him or not, because we've been very cautious with how we use him for the last few months now. So I don't know. It's another one where I'll trust the manager's best wishes on it, but same way. I feel like the game was screaming for a Pulisic, for a Havertz, especially in the second half.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what's actually funny though? He said like, "Oh, if it's working, we don't need to fix it. We don't need to change anything." I hope that now that it's not working and we're finally kind of getting found out. I don't want people to quote me, but we're getting kind of found out. He said that he's going to change. I hope he does change because
Kai, do you think there would have been a different game had we had Werner in from the start? Because United were playing a high line, and
I think both Werner, Giroud, and every other fucking strikers they struggle in our play. We don't create enough chances for them. I think it doesn't matter who's there.
I said this as well, Lewis. Remember a couple of weeks ago, how someone in the comments said about getting Haaland, and I was like, well, I understand, but we're not even getting the ball to the strikers in the box. It don't matter who you have in there.
Yeah, the first instinct is the first instinct is to shoot, man, or to pass it backwards. Rather, the striker is there for you to finish off chances. He's not there for you to create for your own fucking chance.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying. Yeah, I agree with you there, Kyle.
Hold on. Doesn't that get? Hold on. Haaland has pace. Olivier Giroud does not. Okay, today if we had Haaland in that system, he would have been able to make those runs behind the line. All right, that's a fact. That's not an opinion.
But run where? There is no balls for him to beat the line.
I'm saying, had we had a player that can make those runs, we would try those passes. Like when we had Werner in the past couple games, try doing those passes through the middle.
I think people say our issue is our players can't score. I think our issue is that we can't create.
If
I'm honest, I don't think it's the
100%
create enough chances.
I agree, but I think today
people expect the front line to score every chance they get. That's fucking impossible, man. Even Messi and Ronaldo miss chances.
Yeah.
The reality is you need to create more chances for them to be able to convert the majority of them. But if you give a striker 2 chances and you expect him to score 2 goals, you're gonna be disappointed.
I think for this game, for this game, it was always I was calling it a 1-0 close-knit game. All right, and I was hoping that we'd nick it 1-0. That was my prediction, and it could have happened if that Ziyech scored that goal. Giroud tapped it in. That 1-0. I reckon we would have held on to that 1-0. But I think just for this game, you're going to have. These are the games where you have those few chances, especially the way we're playing anyway. So it's just where we didn't take our chances, and that's what happened.
But Johnny, I'm not only talking about this game. You're only referring to this game. I'm referring to
I thought we're talking
us since we started. We need to see something. We need to try something different. We need to try something different with our squad. We need to find a different combination.
I don't even think that's.
Wait, Tari. First off, Vitmus, can we get your thoughts? Because you've been sitting there for nearly 45 minutes.
Yeah, Vitmus.
Chat to me about the game, bro. And also chat to me about the super chat question as well, because we're going to go to this as well. Would the outcome have changed for Chelsea if we end up switching formation to a 4-3-3 as well? Just chat to me about your thoughts on the game and the second question as well, bro.
Yo, honestly, as Alex said, the game wasn't that awful as people make it look. But I mean, I always give credit to the people who play in a low block, because I think Manchester United, they did the unexpected. I didn't expect them to press us like that and play such a high. I didn't expect them to do that, because we've seen them against Liverpool and Man City, and they didn't play like that. So I guess it's a case where the managers who are in the Premier League, they're actually looking at how we are playing, because they fear us. They're trying to build a team to stop us, or set up their team to stop and know how we play. I think also Tuchel played Ziyech today to try to get the best out of Giroud with crosses. I think he actually set the team up today to try to work with Giroud.
I agree. Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah, I agree with that.
So it just didn't work. Like, I think like Manchester United, as I said this before, whenever Ziyech is pressed, he doesn't really know what to do whenever he's being pressured by defenders coming at him. So I think that's why we didn't see a lot of crosses from him as he did under Lampard. So I mean, people will say we should have won, which we definitely would have wanted 3 points. But I think it's still a good point for Chelsea. We remain unbeaten since Tuchel came in. We just need to work on the areas that we're lacking in. I don't like the 3 at the back, as Kai said. I'm not a big fan of it. Yes, it's helping us to be more defensive. We're not losing, but it also hinders our attack, because if we had 3 midfielders in that midfield today against Manchester United, we would have won the game. We were dominated by Manchester United's 3 men in the midfield, which was Bruno, McTominay, and Fred. You get me? Which Conte and Kovacic had to work double to keep up with that 3 in the middle. So I think for the remainder of the season, I mean, once we get top 4, 4th, 3rd, I don't mind. But next season, I think Tuchel definitely needs to go back to a back 4. So
Litmus, do you think if Silva played, do you think if Silva was playing that he maybe in the game he might have switched to a back 4? Within the game. No. Even with Silva, you would play back 4.
No, but the thing is, he had not got the chance to really experiment with the team. You get me? He's just using what he came in with to try and get us over the finish line till next season.
But he will have to now. He will have to, because I honestly think we will struggle. We will keep struggling scoring goals with this formation. He has to think of something.
But that's just how it's going to be until next season. He's not going to change it unless something really happens, that we get cluttered or something. He's not going to change it. We have went like 9
this is a draw in the Premier League in a row, no?
One by us and the other by Southampton. He's not going to change it.
Is this our second draw in a row in the Premier League?
Yeah.
I think it is, right?
It is.
Yeah, so you'll have to change it, man, because it's not a coincidence if it happens twice in a row, man.
I agree with Vitmus on this one. And look, if we change to a 4-3-3, we don't have SP on the pitch today. He absolutely pocketed Rashford. He was doing some excellent defensive work. And so if we're playing in a 4-3-3, SP's not on the pitch. So I can't tell you that our defensive work rate and our defensive stature and our defensive shape, I can't tell you who would have been that strong.
Honestly, I don't have.
Opens us up.
Honestly, I don't think I don't even get it. Like I'm not angry. I actually thought we played well because we should be better in the final third for sure. We should be better. We must improve on that because if you don't score chances, goals win you games. Chances doesn't win you games. Goals win you games. You got 10 chances, and if you miss all 10 of them, you won't score. You have to score. You have to take them chances. To be honest, like I'm a fan of Chelsea Football Club, yeah, but I have to be completely honest. Manchester United is awful.
Yeah,
they're awful.
They're horrible. We could score a goal. So,
oh my god, I don't know. Those guys are awful. I don't even know how they're the top scorers in the league because to me they're so terrible.
But that's the
team is
we should have
awful,
capitalized. Bro. We should have capitalized.
We should have. Honestly, yeah. Someone said that if Haaland was in that team today, we want to score. We still promise, bro. That ball that Hudson-Odoi put in was perfect, but Drew is just too slow, man. Drew had a little bit.
Nah, it was too hard to hit, man. Nah. That was shite, man. It was too strong, man.
I've seen Drew score from. I've seen Drew score from no start.
I am not Drew's biggest fan, but now, man, that ball was too fucking strong.
Pace had nothing to do with that cross. That was one of the best crosses I've seen in my entire life. And Drew
exactly whip on that from that angle as well. The way it curved.
It's too
Bro, Drew was just unlucky not to touch it.
He was there. He was just a step behind. He was just a step behind.
It's not even that. All that comes down to is him being an inch too short. He timed his run perfectly. The ball's perfect. It's literally he's just about an inch too short.
Yeah.
If he'd have gone any earlier, he'd have been offside. He couldn't have gone any earlier than he did. He'd have been offside.
I agree.
Exactly. I think the cross was too strong, man. Now we're getting Giroud, stretching Giroud so Odoi can look good, man. Now, man, that cross for me was a bit too strong.
No, man.
I think that was a good cross, bro. That was a good cross.
The way he said, that's a beautiful cross. I disagree. I think it would be.
Bro, you're looking it wrong, man. Normally, me agree on things, but that man not agree with you, bro. That was even a better cross than any other cross, but see from even Reece James, bro. You know, see the man cross, bro. Give the man credit. Joe just unlucky not to get his head on it. That was one of the best.
We're talking about the Odoi cross. The
Odoi cross in the first half.
It was a fantastic.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Look on the distance from where he made the cross and the whip,
like
the curl, everything, bro.
Also, when De Gea misplaced the ball and kicked it out to one of our players, we don't think someone could have done better with that chance. That it was an open net. You don't think we could have done better? Like to me, right? I always say this, and you guys were discussing earlier and was debating rather if Mount had a good game. I think he had a good game defensively. Offensively, he was really away from these guys like nothing. He had a Timmy left Fred on his backside. Like the dog, like Mount was.
Tyrese, check the group chat, please. Just check the private chat as well. It's just because the connection. Just try and make quicker points as well.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah, bless.
Yeah. I think Mount decision making lets him down all the time. I think he's a quality player, but that decision making must improve. He's a young player, and it's gonna come with time.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We got to be patient with Mount as well, and it's frustrating, definitely frustrating, because we really could have made that 1-1-0 with a chance. But all I can say and hope is that next time he ain't going to make that sort of mistake, or in the future, once he's had a bit more experience, he can make better decisions in that. But decision making does definitely need to improve. I can give him that.
Lewis, I just felt like he was more focused on his defensive game than when he actually was going to attack. It's like when you're in that mindset of defending the whole time. Come on, Kai, bro. You know
Johnny,
with
that vulnerability, you couldn't get OJ Simpson not be guilty, man. Jesus Christ,
bro, listen, bro, hold on. No, you know, listen. If we're guys, if we're playing three at the back, right, and then N'Golo Kante is clearly in the team, wouldn't that make Mount more focused on his attacking?
Exactly.
That's a good
got a lot
point.
more defensive.
That's a good point. I don't think. Well, from this game, no.
No, just in general, mate. Just in general.
Actually, cause that's a very good point. I didn't.
Just in general.
That's a very good
point for real. But that's a really good point.
I think
what Tyrese and what Lewis were saying was correct. We do need to give him time, but at the same time, we shouldn't baby him. It's not a matter of, oh, it's all right. You tried good. Go again next time. You call him out on what he did wrong, and then you tell him to improve. You ask for him to get better.
He will improve. He will.
I ain't being funny, yeah, but we don't really have time on our side at the moment. We're trying to get fourth. We're
Chelsea. No, not because we're trying to get fourth. It's because we're Chelsea.
Guys,
yeah, but
agree
Kaya made a great point earlier, actually.
You get replaced. If you don't perform, you get replaced.
All right, but
Kaya made a great point earlier.
If you took Mount out of that side today, yeah, we would have just got completely Wan-Bissaka and Greenwood would have had a field day, mate. Because whoever
Mason Messi, man, take him off the team. That's it. The team
disagree.
I think
Werner in this team instead of Mount, we would have played better.
No, bro. Listen, I think if we do play Kante and it's against bigger teams, I think Kai Havertz deserves a run of games for me at least. Because I want to see how
who would you take out from the team?
Mount.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, right?
I mean, it was a shout. It was a shout, like a try. I think we need to try anything, man, because our creativity doesn't work. We need to try anything, man.
I think right now Kai would be a bit well off the pace, though. Are you going to take that risk?
How do we know if you don't play him? How do we know you don't play him?
Johnny, Mason
I don't
Mount played 53 games last year.
What's that?
Mason Mount played 53 games last year. I think Kai deserves a bit of a run out this season.
I'll be real.
My connection, okay?
Right now.
Yeah, connection sounds
good.
Kai's
got to be eased in. He's got to be eased in right now. You can't just throw him in. If you threw him into this game, I just don't think.
Bro, he's a football player, not a Tinder date, man. He'll be fine. Just let him play a little bit.
No.
That's a good point.
Kyle, man, I love you.
He had COVID 5 months ago. Let him play, man. How can he show what he's worth if he's never gonna play? I don't understand that mentality, man. I'm sorry.
Kai, I understand how you feel, and of course, I want to see Kai play, but he couldn't, as Johnny said, bro. I don't see him making an impact in this game. Like he's way up.
I'm not talking specifically for this game. I'm not talking specifically for this game, Bitmos. I'm talking in general. How will he show what he's worth if he's never gonna get to play, man? That's all I'm saying, man. I'm not speaking specifically about this game. You know what I mean?
Okay, bro. Even against United in the return fixture that we played, when Havertz came on, for us we looked a lot more dangerous. Don't you guys remember when he came and played on the right? So I think we should have gave him a chance today.
I'll tell you what I would like.
Exactly. We need to change something.
I reckon Havertz would be really good if Giroud was on the pitch. I think he can.
Yeah.
Now that's why I want him on so much, though.
I actually think Havertz and Werner could play very, very well together. You know, like if you
all three of them can play.
You change that striker position, you know.
All jokes aside, yeah, where's Pulisic? Like we've seen Pulisic and Giroud's link up, play post lockdown. Why isn't Pulisic playing? Like I personally believe
that beard is fucking him up, man. That beard is ruining his game, man. He needs to shave it and go back to the old
Pulisic. You gotta listen to mom.
Was his nana's the one who said to shave it, man? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like real talk, yeah. I understand.
Honestly, I understand the pressure. You know, understand the pressure that you guys put on Mount, where most of the guys. But let me tell you, bro, as Johnny said, if Mount was not playing today, what's his name? Kai Havertz would not put in that spell that Mount did against Wan-Bissaka.
He would have got exposed, didn't it? He would have got exposed.
I prefer to get a point than to play.
Yeah, but we talking about.
How do you know that? How do you know that? I think you are defending Kai a bit too much. You need to give him a chance. He's never going to be able to show what he can.
I was with you. I was with you. He's not at a bad game, but replace him. I don't think so.
I did say replace him. We need to do something, not specifically.
That's a good point you made, Kai, about his defensive work today. But then you could argue Havertz playing, we would have created more. So it's
but
a
we'd have lost.
50-50 for me.
Yeah, but I would have rather. I think Tuchel looks at this game and says, whatever happens, I don't want to lose it. But if I can nick it,
John, it's not Lampard. He's not going to look at it the same way. He wants to win the game, man.
That's the thing.
That's the thing. Than Chelsea.
What's that?
It looks more of the case for United, as in we don't want to lose it, rather than us.
We actually were trying, but we couldn't do anything.
Yeah, but
at the end of the day, if Mason Mount didn't have a good game going forward today in terms of end product, apart from that, he was okay for me. He made good runs. He defended well. He pressed well.
Team effort.
Bro, he just didn't have the end product today. Other games he had it, but today he just.
But that's what he's picked for, though.
Other areas he did well.
Yeah, but if he smashed that goal in, if he cut back on McTominay and smashed it in, everyone would be loving him up.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the difference. It's fine margins, though.
Score goals, man. We didn't get.
Based on just one thing, bro. And
if Giroud had gotten that header, we would have been chatting all.
Guys, are we talking about the same Wan-Bissaka offensively? The same Wan-Bissaka last season that Crystal Palace gave them a lot of space to. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's all well and good. It's all well and good saying, if you're
Wan-Bissaka did nothing this game. He did nothing.
We wouldn't have done anything anyway offensively.
It's fine margins. But at the end of the day, he didn't score the goal. So
exactly. That's football. Just top flight football.
We can't just tarnish his performance saying, he's all right, and Kai Havertz should just go straight in. I think we know what Kai can do. We've seen in with Leverkusen what he's about. We know that. We haven't seen it in a blue jersey yet.
Because we have rarely played him, man, and we have when we actually did play him.
He's had a bad spell. He's come.
To be fair, Johnny, I think that's a good point about you said about not throwing him in. But what I would say is I would have. Provided we kept Giroud on the pitch, I would have at least brought him on in the second half.
So what, you take Ziyech for Havertz, or you're taking Mount off for Havertz?
No, Ziyech.
Ziyech. If you take Ziyech, I agree.
Yeah, Ziyech. I would.
Yeah.
When you have Mount, Johnny takes like a 90-degree
Hold on, guys. Hold on. I want to
ask this question. Why are we focusing so much on Mount? I get that he wasn't amazing, like he wasn't like a 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10 performance. But I want to know why we're focusing so much on Mount and we're not talking about Ziyech. I don't remember him playing a good part, like one successful pass in that
I'm
first
half.
I'm going
to speak on Ziyech. I'm going to speak on Ziyech. Just hear me, yeah? Just hear me about Ziyech, yeah? To me, if you're playing Ziyech in that number 10 role and you're playing Giroud, he should have played. If he's going to play Giroud and you want to play Ziyech, you got to put Ziyech a bit more wide, man. What's the sense in him just being in the centre? He wasn't wide today. He didn't have that much width. So, and you need width if you're crossing in a ball to Giroud. It doesn't make sense. He didn't have a perfect opportunity to cross a ball into Giroud at all.
But that's all he's got aim for if he crosses it. That's the point. All he's got is Giroud.
Time out. When you play Ziyech on the right cam role, right forward role, and you have Callum Hudson-Odoi in the right wing back role, it is a given before the game even starts that Ziyech is not going to have the width because Callum is going to be over there. So it's not a question. Thing, yeah. It needs to be on him to understand that is not his role in this game, and he needs to fix it. Ziyech did not have a good game.
He didn't play great. I think he made that good little 1-2 with Mount, but
yeah, he did. He didn't do anything.
I don't think he in the system unless you've got Giroud there because he can play that creative pass, but he doesn't really press. And
it's like you said, Alex. I'm sure you said it, Alex. Like basically,
have you guys seen the stats for Ziyech's game today?
Wittmann said it. That was it. Sorry.
Actually, I need to.
Apparently, Ziyech had 6 duels won, 6 ball recoveries, most chances created, most shots, 3 take-ons, and 2 shots on target.
Second half he was very good. Man. That's what I said.
No. That's just on the overall performance. First half, I'm not speaking on it. First half stunk, and we all know the first half.
He was like Tom Cruise in Castaway. That's what he was like in the first.
Literally, second half though was decent.
Well, the thing is, guys, Ziyech is struggling for confidence at the moment as well. So yeah, he had a bad game, but when last he had a good game.
I don't think he had a bad game, bro.
I think genuinely.
The thing is, Wittmann. The thing is, he had a bad first half, but he improved second half. So we're seeing his confidence going up.
Do you think that's down to Ziyech being pushed closer to
I
Giroud?
genuinely think, I genuinely think it's a formation thing when it comes to Pulisic and Ziyech, because these guys rely on the width that a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1 creates. So I think you gotta be a lot more patient with these type of players.
Yeah, I think honestly, Tuchel needs a preseason because he came. It's a difficult time that he came in. He came in mid-season. He didn't get much games to really try new things. He tried something against Barnsley because we regardless of what we would have done that game, we were probably still going to win anyway because of the quality. He didn't really have a game. He didn't really have time to really get to experiment with the squad. I personally don't believe this is his go-to formation because Tuchel is a flexible manager. He's been known over the years that he's a flexible manager. He's not going to stick with his 5 at the back. I think it's just for now. It's just a formation he just chooses instead. Just steady the ship. Let us get to top 4. Let us progress a little in the later stage of the Champions League. Let's try for the FA Cup or something. And I agree with the formation, but to change it now, I don't think you're using if you're studying your head. If you change it now, the players have to get accustomed to it again. And that's going to take more time. Just stick with the formation and iron out the kinks. The problems we have right now is the final ball, to me, still the final ball and the final third because we're not executing the chances. And to me, there's if you look at it on a wide span the game, you'll have 6 chances. 3 will be good chances. Then the other 3 will just be wasted long balls or just poor balls in the final pass. We got to improve with that. And as much as we're not clinical enough in the final third, which I do think Haaland will help, we still need to be creating proper chances. I don't think Mount. We can't rely on Mount to create a lot of chances for the team because I don't think his decision making is there yet to be relying on him to create all the chances for the team. I personally believe if we're playing that inverted forward thing, you gotta have someone next to Mount that can create a lot of chances.
You gotta have it.
You know what the team need? The team needs somebody in form like a Pulisic last season that can run 3 players. That's what we need. We need someone
even 70%, man.
I just feel like bro. Dribble at people, man. And I just feel like he's scared of getting injured. So every time he gets it, I'm not seeing him dribble.
Do you know what it is?
I can understand that though. That's the jarring thing.
With Mount, if you're playing that attacking midfield position, right, you are most likely the main source of creativity, and we need to understand that.
Yeah, but he tried this game, man.
How long can you try for, though, bro? I don't want to sound like a hater because I like Mount, but bro, but
Ziyech was nowhere near him in that game. No, anywhere, and he was nowhere near him, especially in the first half.
Honestly, I think we should have put Ziyech.
Mount don't possess that ability like Pulisic and Hazard to dribble.
No way.
You're not gonna get that from Mason Mount, bro. Mason Mount is like a Lampard in the 2004.
He's a lamp. He's a lamp.
I think what happens is more.
Question to you guys, do you guys think we need to play Pulisic more in order for him to get his form back, or do we need to just play him at the end of the game and hope that his form comes back?
Bro, I think Tuchel sees them more as an impact sub for the rest of the season because his injury record right now is just ridiculous, and I think Tuchel is just trying to limit him so he doesn't get injured before the end of the season.
We don't have many Pulisic's in our team. We don't have the varieties, man.
Yeah, but bro, these are professional footballers.
Go ahead, bro.
We have quality players. They just need to perform better. We can't just keep relying on one man Pulisic. We have Werner there. We have.
I think it's a bit of a catch-22. I think it's a bit of a catch-22 because let's say he starts playing him more and he doesn't perform. And let's say he gets, be saying, he's injury prone, but then Kyle, for example, you're saying that it doesn't help to just bring him on in the last 10 minutes of games either. So it's a bit of
the confidence, the confidence aspect. Ziyech is not confident. Werner's definitely not confident.
I don't think it's confidence, Johnny. I
think Pulisic's just in fear of getting injured, and that's why he's not going.
I don't think it's confidence, man.
It's not confidence.
Because you can see he tries to run against defenders. He tries to dribble. I think it's just match sharpness is crap.
Kai. We can't contradict ourselves because just as I say, put Pulisic in to get him better. The same thing with Kai Havertz, bro. Put him in, hopefully he's going to be at the level where everyone is now.
Yeah, but I get Vitmus, I get that, right? But it's not like what we're doing now is working, right? Like it's getting found out, so we need to try something different.
Yeah,
Sometimes you have to take risks, especially in football, man.
Yeah, but we were going through the season where we had no stability at all. We had no stability, and now we've actually got.
Jack Johnny, whose fault was Jack Johnny?
Well, you can't just blame Lamps.
I'm just messing with you.
You can't. You don't bring it up, man.
We must start with the stopping.
You can do anything. As soon as you say something about Mount or Lampard, the man takes it seriously, man.
We need to switch to some positivity, man. That defense was absolutely spectacular.
Yeah, last switch.
He was on.
No one's disputing that. No one's disputing that at all.
Danish
Lewis, he backed us last night, innit? He backed us for on last night's show, mate. Old Christensen, he done it. He done the business, man.
And look, he came out solid yet again. It's another one where I'm saying, like, Thiago Silva, take all the time you need to come back at 100% and not a second, not a percentage less. And this is the beauty of our squad as well. You don't have to rush it back. Obviously, when he comes back, walks into the team blindfolded, even if he wanted to.
Yeah.
But no rush. No rush.
Yo, guys, I have a question for the panel, like, for going forward, right? Because I think we can unanimously agree that I don't think we're going to be sticking with this formation for next season. So I want to ask you guys, where does Timo Werner lie? Because I'm pretty sure Timo Werner has come out and said he likes to play on the left side of the 10. And I can see us not playing with a left side of the 10 and going one up top next summer if we potentially get Haaland. So where does Timo Werner lie?
We could play. I think if Tuchel comes in next season, I personally believe that if we have these two strikers, he's gonna play a 4-3-2. And I think the two players behind the two strikers, I think he'll probably try Haaland and probably Havertz up top, and then have Werner and Monk behind him again, and then the same pivot with the Jovic pivot, because he plays a 4-3-2. He played that at PSG, he played it at Dortmund a little bit. He tends to play that formation a little. Not at Dortmund. He played it a fair bit.
He plays a 4-3-3. What he wants to play is a 4-3-3.
A 4-3-3.
So where does Werner lie in that?
But yeah, that's the thing. If we play a
4-3-3, doesn't play as a centre forward, he has to play as a left winger.
Or he plays a 4-2-2-2.
But he's been but Vitmus, he's been outspoken about hating that position under Lampard. Like he genuinely did not like playing there.
It's one of the things that people always keep saying, but it's hated. Bro, you have to be a professional player, bro.
You play where you're told.
Man getting chance from left wing and be missing from 5-6 yards, getting chance from playing at the left wing. If he wants to be in that Chelsea team, he can't play then if he doesn't want to play out there. That's the spot for him. If he don't want to play, he's going to be on the bench or be himself.
I said this when Lampard was manager, because everyone was telling me, oh, well, he's not informed because he's not playing through the middle. And I said, well, yeah, but you don't demand where you play. He's getting a place in the team when you shouldn't have been getting a place at all. He was playing on the left.
Yeah,
there was nothing to do with him not playing in the middle. He was missing easy chances anyway.
Not only that, had he scored those chances, he wouldn't have been complaining about not liking the position. That's absolutely wonderful. I'm getting.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
Very good point.
Like what Alan Shearer said, when you're missing chance, that just means you're low on confidence. I'm telling you, I'm taking that from Alan Shearer, because what I've been told by my dad and the other people that actually watched him, he knows the game very well, and he said that if you're getting in these positions and you're missing them, that doesn't have anything to do lacking your ability or anything. It has to do with your confidence.
That's what I've been saying.
I think it's going to take. I think over by the summer, if over the summer and everything is over and he gets to spend some time with his family over in Germany, he comes back and everything, he should be all smiles. He should be fine by next season, man. It takes time to adapt to a new league and move into a new country, man. Missing chances doesn't have to do with lacking your ability or anything. It just has to do with your low on confidence. It's hard to move to a new country. He's a human being, man.
We've just been unlucky. We've been unlucky, man. I mean, since
100%.
Since we made these signings, like obviously Havertz, COVID, Werner, like just not really. He's trying to adjust, and he's had to change 2 managers in one season. That's tough. That's even harder than just trying to adapt to a league. And then you got Pulisic has been out, Ziyech has been out twice.
Yeah.
So when you put all those factors, I've been saying this all season. When you put all those factors together, like even when Lampard was trying to play, he had to play Mount on the right or put Werner on the right. They're playing in positions where if he just to play the system, he needs to fill those positions. So at the end of the day, when this season are we going to have all our players actually like ready at the races?
Never. It's not going to happen, bro. We need a.
That's an excuse. That's an excuse. We are starting to sound like Arsenal fans, man. That's an excuse.
No, it's not an excuse.
No, it is an excuse.
Let Kai speak. Go.
Bro, I'm tired of this excuse. Our players didn't gel. Our players didn't this. Are we the only fucking club under COVID, man?
They can't gel.
Are we the only club who have new players?
Hold on, let me explain this.
So let's own this. Let's own our current form. Let's own our position in the league, and move forward. As if we keep finding excuses in every fucking little external fucking factors, then we're never gonna fucking make it as a football club, man. Every little thing's an excuse. We sound like Arsenal, man. Look where they are.
Bro, in general, we buy a lot of players.
Hold on, bro. Why are we back on this negativity thing, man?
No, wait. It's a good point. I do want to hear people's thoughts on it.
Prayer.
For me, it's an excuse, man. It's an excuse.
Prior to COVID,
I don't see it as an excuse.
Hold on. Prior to COVID, and if you would have bought a lot of players, in general, in football, when you buy a lot of players in the transfer market and you try to judge them together, it takes time. It's going to be, it would be much harder because we didn't have a preseason. We had one preseason friendly against Brighton.
But no one had a preseason though.
But we're the only team that bought players. We're the only team that spent 200 mil, bro. So not other teams had to do all this much gelling.
That's a blessing, not a curse, though. That's a blessing, not a curse, man. Exactly. Look, Liverpool would like to have a fucking 11, man. Why are we using it like it's an excuse? You don't have to play all the new players at once.
Exactly. This is what I've been saying.
But
Thank
he hasn't been able to because they've all been in and out at different times.
And he still doesn't even know the best from all of them either.
Because fair enough. Then
to me, it sounds like an excuse. It's just my opinion.
It's not an excuse. It's not an excuse because when Tuchel came in, he said how he loved Conte. When he came in, he didn't have Conte. So he had already, when he came in, he already had to change his midfield.
No. Conte, not the best defensive midfield in the world, bro.
Look,
let him land.
We still work without Conte. Look at Liverpool's squad. When one of the fucking players comes out.
Let me finish real quick. So, I was saying, he came in and he wanted to put Conte into that midfield, but he was injured. So he made it work with Jorginho and Kovacic, right? Now we're trying to plug in Conte again. And look, when he first came in, we tied against Wolves, right?
But we don't have to. It's a luxury. For me, that's a luxury.
Hear me out. When he first came in and we had to switch it up, we tied against Wolves. Against Southampton, when we had to switch it up, we tied against Southampton. Today, when we had to switch it up, we tied against Manchester United. This is not our starting 11.
Yes. Okay.
So why
switch? This is what I don't understand. Right? You're saying about every time we switch it up, we end up drawing the game. Cool. So then why do you then want to change the formation then with these same new players?
I don't want
to still have to deal them, won't they?
Formation. I don't want to.
You do. You said before that you didn't like the wing backs.
Never said that. I never said that. That's cap because I said I think we should put Pulisic at left wing back.
I honestly believe.
I don't think he's ready for left wing back yet.
Yeah, he isn't ready for it.
Pulisic left wing back. Wait, did I just hear that?
I heard it. Yeah. I said it as
a criminal, bro.
I said it to Kai as a question. I said, if you think we don't have enough attacking options in this team, do you think we should put Pulisic at left?
You should never ask me such questions, man. Avoid doing that, man. The less you do, the better, man.
Listen, I am content with the way this team is.
I'm with Kai on that. That's the excuse.
Hold on. I am content with the way.
There you go, Alex, man. Exactly.
I can't finish my point.
Hold on. Let him land.
He's crashing, man. He's not even landing, man.
Okay, I can't finish my point. So how do you
finish your point? Go on.
I'm saying I'm content with the way our starting team is playing. I think if we go in the summer and we get Haaland and you have Werner and you have Mount as his cam options, if he wants to. If he wants to put Havertz in instead of Mount, I don't care. If we have Kovacic and Jorginho in the pivot, I think we'll be able to create enough opportunity.
Okay. I agree with that as well.
In the formation, yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I agree with that as well. I still personally believe that we need to go and buy not the player I'm going to say, a player similar to. We need to go and buy a player that's similar to like a Joshua Kimmich, that's good on the ball and could sit. That we can perfectly partner Kante with. Because I still believe as Kai, I agree with what Kai said earlier with the creative chances. Yes, we created chances today, but I want some Cesc Fabregas chances, man.
They're not, yeah.
Like we need that person. We need a set for our like a Joshua Kimmich, like a
ball
ping
player,
ball
man.
from the midfield, man.
Yeah.
Honestly,
He would be perfect for us. Hour, man. And he's cheap as well. You can get him 40 million. He'd be perfect for us.
yeah, but he doesn't sit though. But he's not a defensive midfielder.
Fucking cheap, man. He'll sit just fine. Don't worry about him, man. He'll do good.
I don't watch him enough though, so I don't really watch.
Attacking midfielder, man. He's a deep player midfielder, man.
He's not.
He can play as an 8 or as a 6. He's actually really good, man. He'd be perfect for Chelsea. I'm surprised Chelsea didn't go for him.
But you know what? If Tuchel didn't play Kante today, and you play Jorginho and you play Kovacic, right? In this, today, then when does Kante get a game?
What Johnny think Mount is, man.
Huh?
Ours what you think Mount is, man.
No. Don't bring Mount. Let's leave Mount for a second. Let's put Mount to the
Johnny
side.
just can't even take the better, but no, man.
Kyle, you instigate him, man.
You know what I mean? He's trying to. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't understand people saying that about all these players need to gel, and then these same people say, oh well, in the next window we need 2, 3, 4 more players.
Exactly,
well,
but
so if they won't gel, then surely bringing in more players will add to the problem.
But Alex, like we've bought in what 5? We've bought five players, yeah, like first team players.
You don't have to play all of them. Aston Villa bought in 5 players. They start all of them.
Yeah, but
why don't they have to adapt them?
Yeah,
why don't they have to get used
our
to
players?
it?
Who's the players they brought in? We bought them for first team. These players.
They bought in.
Ollie Watkins,
Matty Cash.
All of those come from English.
Harpy when he plays. Bertrand Traore.
You guys just make excuses, man.
Traore came from Ajax, fine. I could probably say, but Traore do nothing like spectacular. What 1 or 2 goals?
So you don't think they need to gel though, Alex? You can't say these players don't need to gel, man. Of course they got to gel.
So why don't Villa need to gel then?
And they're starting 11.
Villa's Villa. I'm talking about us.
No, do you know what? Right, I'm fed up of these excuses because I guarantee you, yeah, we could have 7 or 8 attacking players available. People would be going, oh well, maybe he has a selection headache, too much to choose from. When we don't have enough, it's we need to buy some in the summer. There's always an excuse.
Exactly, Alex, and exactly.
It's the same under Lampard. This one fed up with these excuses.
Klopp would kill for that problem, man. To have the squad depth that he'd have a headache, like selection headaches. The man hasn't to play fucking Henderson as a centre back, man.
Regardless, though,
he doesn't have to. All right, well then, how many people cite Man City as an example to say about how amazing their squad depth is?
The squad depth, exactly.
All of a sudden, all these excuses. It piss me off, man.
Well, I think you got to look at the board as well, because the board, you can't tell me Lampard wanted all of those players, right? So the board's gone out and bought these players, and he's gone to Lampard. You've got to make. Hold on,
that's not a bad thing.
Hold on, you've got to make them all gel, right? You've got to make it work. So Tuchel's come in now because Lampard couldn't do it. Tuchel's come in and he's trying to fit his philosophy to the players that he's got, all right? And not all of those players. You can't tell me all those players are going to fit. Like if he was at PSG, is he going to buy all our players for PSG? He ain't going to buy all our players.
At that point, I agree with, and I'll tell you why. Tuchel has been here just over a month. So at that point, I agree with. The point I'm trying to make to you is. You're right. Maybe they weren't all Lampard signings, but at the same time, like Kaio said, you don't have to 5 of them or all 6 of them anyway, do you? It's a squad. You don't have to play 5 of them in those 11.
But Alex,
people were telling me back then, yeah. People were telling me about but you have to build onto a team from the previous season. Cool. Building on from a team is not adding in 6 new players into a starting lineup. That's replacing.
Yeah. I know.
Building into me
Alex,
for just 2 or 3 new, a few changes here and there. Not half the team. That's not building on. That's replacing.
Yeah, but look at the players we've bought. Do you honestly think that they're just gonna sit on the bench? 80 million Havertz,
Johnny, but we don't
50 million Werner.
No, but they wouldn't mind if
play
we
them. You have to play them.
That wasn't the issue. That wasn't.
You look at the players we signed, right? Mendy comes straight in because no one seems to rate Kepa. Chilwell and Thiago, fine. Right, that leaves what? 3 more players. All right, cool, fair enough. I'm not saying. I said when the window is over, I don't expect all 6 of them to be perfect signings. I said you know, there's probably going to be 2 or 3 that don't work out as of yet anyway, right? So I'm not saying they have to all be good at once. What I'm saying is you don't have to play all your new signings at once. That's the point I'm trying to make.
But
It's a
Lampard
squad at
couldn't.
the end of the day.
But Lampard couldn't really. If you look at the start of our season, when did he actually have the option to put them all together, or even half of our signings together? He couldn't.
No, but then
because of injury and COVID and all that.
you don't expect our most
contradict
expensive
yourself,
players.
John. You contradict your point.
Hold on, Kai. Let me hear.
You're saying you don't expect our most expensive players to bench. Well, earlier on in the season, when Werner was on a really bad patch, one of our more expensive players, he doesn't have to play, does he? Because you've got Callum who's coming on, putting in a shift. So I'm not buying this about the most expensive players have to play. They should play if they're performing when they're playing, not just because they're priced.
I'm gonna explain everything. I'm gonna explain.
Yo, you see, I'm gonna tell you something, bro. You see, I understand what you're saying, Alex, but we're talking about Chelsea. Chelsea, the board does not like when expensive players sit on the bench.
Yeah. That's what
no
I'm trying
matter
to say.
what we are trying to look at or what, but once as a Chelsea club, we don't like it. The board doesn't like it.
I think it's different. I think it's different.
That's
because
the thing. If you have these players on the bench,
you heard with Kepa
and we're not
Marina, right?
winning,
Then but Kepa is basically no. I'm telling you, the club wouldn't, because it's amazing to me that the club never complained about players not playing with any other manager, but start all of a sudden complaining when it was Lampard. And
no. Let
me finish.
No.
I don't mind if the players weren't playing, but Lampard ignored the players that weren't playing. That's why the issue started, man.
No.
It's not because they weren't playing; it's because they were ignored. It's a completely different thing, man.
In the past, when Di Matteo did not want to play Fernando Torres,
you're going out to Di Matteo, man.
Listen, he was trying to play Hazard, Mata, and Oscar up front, and it was not working because we weren't scoring a lot of goals. And the board tell Di Matteo, if you continue benching Fernando Torres and don't get results, you're going to get sacked.
Yeah.
And that is what happened.
The Juventus game when we lost 3-0 away. That was the last one for him.
To what them name? Napoli? Napoli will lose to?
Juventus.
Oh, Juventus.
We lost in the group stage and he got sacked the next day.
That's
not true. You know why that's not true?
No, bro. As much as a club,
I take your point.
as much as a club,
you get what we're saying, Alex? Like,
I hear you.
Yeah.
As much as a club want to win trophy, bro, Chelsea is a very ruthless club when it comes to money as well. These
it's a shame our
money
club
from
is
jersey sales.
like that.
So you can't have $50 million players on the bench and not playing them. They're going to lose.
The club just asking for you to rotate them, not like exclude them altogether or play them every fucking game. That's not what the club wants.
Exactly.
I don't think any club wants that.
They don't play every game, but they have to play.
Yeah, they have to play. But the issue why Lampard was sacked is because he wouldn't talk to those fucking players when they complained about not playing. That's a completely different fucking ball game.
It was his style of play, bro. His style of play was
There was no style of play.
$50 million buys, dog. He was freaking Alonso and Rudiger and them, man. He don't want to talk.
Yeah. He wanted to play Havertz. He wanted to play Werner.
Yeah, but
play them all.
I never had a problem.
It's proven now that he's not as a liability as much as Lampard was making him to be. So, the board got that one right in a way, Alonso also been okay for us.
Alonso only suits a win back. I mean, Lampard wasn't playing a win back system. So you put Alonso in a back four, you're just getting exposed. You might as well not play him. You might
I gotta say something to the panel, yeah. I gotta say something to the panel, yeah. When we all went in, Liverpool is 1-0 down. When we all went into when we all went into it's also goal breaker. Oh, it's offside. It was me. Oh yeah.
Yo, tearful in a Tyrese. Don't spread the rumors either, bro.
As I was saying, yeah.
I want to get excited.
Anti-climax, bro.
Yeah. As I was saying,
still not winning, man.
We all went into this season thinking that this was going to be some big all season, but technically this is a transitional season because none of the players we bought, apart from Thiago Silva, Chilwell, and those lot really performed. So,
but why is it a transitional season? Because when Lampard was manager, I had people telling me to trust the process, which apparently the club said when he was appointed in the second season, we'd be challenging for major honours. So why is this season now a transitional season?
Well, Lampard didn't expect to get past last season, firstly, and he did. Because he got champion.
Man, you defend everything.
Let me say.
Hold on.
This year was not a transitional season.
That's absolutely no. Hold on.
I never said it's a
we didn't get any new signings in.
You're telling me the man signed a 3-year contract and he didn't expect to be there after the first year?
Listen, I've heard the interview. All right.
Right. Then stop.
And he said,
"There's no need. There's no need." That's cap. That's cap.
I've got the interview. I've got the
Hear him out.
Have you also got the club statement issued that in the second season we'd be challenging?
Yeah.
So how's it a transitional season?
So basically, last season
I said it turned into a transition.
Hold on.
Let me land, guys. Let me land before we start because it's causing havoc. All right. So Lampard, right? He was interviewed and he said, I knew when I took the job, I'd a free run. I had a free run this season, but I didn't expect to get past last season. Those were his words. I didn't expect to get past last season. All right.
But
he did. If he didn't get Champions League, there's no way he would have been in the job, mate.
But he did. It's all well and good saying if he didn't, but he did.
But yeah, no. I'm saying he did. So the board could not get rid of Lamps, regardless, because it looked to us as a fan base the PR wise, it would be a shambles, right? Okay. So he got past. He got Champions League, and then he said when we made the signings, he said that's when it got dangerous for me because
that's for every manager because it's investment.
Because he said
only dangerous because it didn't work out.
No. He said expectations changed, and he knew where this team was because you know Lamps as a player, you know his knowledge of football. He's a clever guy. He knew where Chelsea were as a team, what level they're at, and he knew 100%. He was nowhere near Liverpool and nowhere near City, and maybe on par with United. That's
Lewis,
the way
can I ask a question? Can I ask my question after this?
Yeah, hold on. Hold on. He went through that spell, and obviously we went on a good run, and all the Lampards out went quite to shit. All of them.
Not at all.
The Lampard outs to me, I was calling them out, and no one come out to me. All right, I'm just speaking for myself anyway.
Okay.
All right, and then we went on that bad run. We lost to Everton, Wolves, and so on. You know how it went on anyway. All right, and that was his first bad dip. And
that's not true. What about last season's bad dip? When we lost 3-0 to Sheffield United.
But last season, Kai, he achieved what the club actually wanted him, asked him to achieve without expecting him to achieve it. Okay, there was no manager that was going to come in last season. There was no manager that was going to come in last season without having a transfer kitty and having the players. There's no way. They tried. They tried other managers. It's blatant. Okay. If you don't that, then
cool.
What I'm saying is the first opportunity the board got once they let out Simon and Liam's those pieces that they let out and said it's a matter of when, not if, right?
Yeah.
Literally, it was 4 or 5 days after that, and he was sacked.
Did you not go on a bad run in September then when we lost after winning to Brighton, and then we also drew to West Brom? Was that not a bad run either?
After the first run of games where we lost, after that, it was up and down. It wasn't good. It just wasn't good. It was that was just a bad run. But he started to he started to, in my opinion, to get things sorted. He got the win in the FA Cup. I generally thought he had a couple more games, which I thought he was owed a couple more games.
He wasn't owed anything. Why is he owed?
This is the thing, right? This is the thing that annoys me, right? When people go, "Oh, well, he only had one bad run." That wouldn't matter so much if the rest of the time we were winning a load of games. When you're going up, down, then have a bad run, that's when it looks a lot worse.
But the Arsenal game, Alex, the Arsenal game and the Leicester game, for me, they were the players on the pitch. They were a disgrace, man.
System
They
as well.
were a joke. They didn't play. You can't say that's to the manager.
No, yes,
It's the manager.
yes, you
Start
can.
play, bro.
You can't say
Hold on.
Can I
Listen, right?
something?
Whenever
One at a
we
time,
won
one
a
at a
game,
time.
right? When Lampard wins the game, yeah. When Lampard wins the game, he's the first person to get congratulated. Oh, look at how we played. As soon as we lose a game and it doesn't go to plan, oh, it must be the players. Well, you can't have it both ways.
Alex,
Either one or the other.
Alex, I'm saying for those two specific games, because I watched them and you all watched them and you all said it was dog shit, it was atrocious. And every player except for Mason Mount, there was no other player. There was no other player that played for the shirt. I don't care what you say to me.
Hold on.
Both games, they were awful. They were
You're 100% right.
Can I just finish this?
Yeah, but you've just mentioned about him falling out with certain players. So
What's that?
if he's lost the dressing room, they're not going to play for him then, are they?
Well,
Johnny,
Hold on.
can I just say something? Can I just say something?
Go ahead.
Johnny, did Lampard or did not Lampard has the lowest win rate of any Chelsea manager before him? Yes or
I'm
no?
not disputing that.
Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yeah, he's got. Yeah, all right.
Okay.
So what?
Lampard said this Chelsea squad was far away from Liverpool and far away from City. At what position was he before he got sacked?
Guys, I think.
Let him answer.
What's your point?
Just answer the question.
Good point.
10th.
What's
Where
your
are we?
point?
Where
Yeah,
are we?
we were 10th,
Okay.
no disrespect, right? No disrespect, right? You're 10th, but were we that far off? We were 5 points off top 4.
We were
5
6 points off, and a lot of teams had 2 games to play.
Yeah, but
it doesn't matter how far off you are. You're either there.
You were 10th, exactly, Alex.
All right.
And can I finish my point?
You both Lampard out. You both Lampard out.
Can I finish my point?
You didn't want to give him a chance to get out.
May I add?
Can I finish my point?
Right? Kyle, just before you say something, right? May I add, yeah? I commended him for everything he did in the first season, yeah? And I was Lampard out even in October when we were winning games because I could still see frailties. So it weren't as if I just jumped on the bandwagon. So I'm not having all this stuff about.
I was last season.
Alex, can I counter that for you? Can I counter that for you?
Go on.
Did you honestly, all of you, did you honestly think? Honestly, hand on heart, did you think last season that we were capable of getting top 4? Honestly.
Yes.
Man, you can't say that.
Johnny, let me answer your question. To answer your question, yes, I thought we were capable. Does that mean to say it wasn't a good achievement? Of course not. Of course it was a good achievement.
It was a successful
Oh,
achievement.
you see what?
Of course it was. Of course it was. But at the same time, at the same time, people can't make out as if the squad he has was so bad, like a 11th or 12th place.
Really wasn't bad.
But how many youth players did we have in that side last season?
Yeah, all right. But
this is my point. Look at the quality of youth that we brought in.
Youth kids, though.
No, but this is what I'm trying to say. I'm still commending him. I'm still commending him.
Hold on, let Alex land.
Look, this is what I'm trying to say to you. I'm still commending him for getting top 4 because it's still a good achievement. But at the same time, what I'm trying to say to you is, the squad was not as bad as some people are making out. It was still a decent squad. Yes, I'm aware there were
top 4 squad, Alex.
No.
Come on, man. It wasn't a top 4 squad.
Bad. No.
But we got
It wasn't. You lost Hazard as well.
Can I make a point real quick? Can I make a point real quick?
It wasn't a
final points, and then we'll wrap this up because I got.
Yeah, I didn't finish my point.
Kyle then Dag.
Okay. My point. Let me finish my point. He said we're not ready to compete with Liverpool and City, and he finished 10th before he got sacked. We are now sitting 1 point behind top 4. Yeah, 1 point behind top 4, above Liverpool. So obviously, the former Derby manager knew fuck all, man. That's all I'm going to say. And the reality is, over 2 seasons, he has 43% win rate. So I'm not going to conclude only 1 season. I'm going to conclude both of them. 43%, that is 7 points less than AV fucking B, man. That's all I'm going to say. Argument done.
Agreed.
Season. I'm not even considering only the bad season. If I take it only to the win rate of this season, that's 37%. Johnny. So I'm going to be kind to him because he's a legend, and I'm going to include both seasons.
All I'm saying is, if he didn't get Champions League last season, don't think that Lampard would have started this season.
Yeah, but he got Champions League with a point tally of 66. Only one team in the Premier League history was 2006 Arsenal, man. So we got top 4 because we were damn lucky that all the teams around us were shit. Yeah, of course, he did good to get top 4, but we have to take into consideration the external factors as well.
And we need to give him credit as well. You need to give him credit.
How many times they come here and I said he did a good job and by getting a Swiss James.
Yeah, but look who he's brought through. He's brought through James. He's brought through Mount.
He's dog shit. He was dog shit second season, Johnny. That's what you're not getting. He was dog shit.
Yeah, I'm not saying he was poor, man. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that with what I was trying to say before, is that he knew what the expectations were, and he felt as a manager, he felt it was dangerous for him, and it's quite interesting.
No shit. When you think obviously he's gonna be dangerous, Johnny.
Because
when you think obviously he's gonna be dangerous, man.
Because he knew the board was trying to force him into bedding these players, right?
You should be a lawyer, man. Jesus Christ.
Hold on.
You should be a lawyer. So it's the board's fault he failed as a manager, man. That's what you're saying.
The board put pressure, man. Regardless, like Ragnar said, the board expects you to play those players. But Lampard worked with the players, and he knew they weren't quite ready. They weren't quite ready to just be thrown in.
Yeah, but what's Tuchel doing all right with them then? If they're so bad.
Did you expect him to play Kepa then?
Well, I think with the Kepa situation, we all know what that Lampard just.
Hold on. Yeah, but you've just said the most expensive players.
I got it. Yeah.
But that caused a lot of issues. That's what I'm saying.
There you go then. So it's not as black and white. It's just picking.
No, there's a lot of stuff going behind the scenes. I'm not disregarding that. Of course not. And I think there's some players that weren't playing that were not happy, and you have ripple effects on that. I don't know, man, but I feel sad that he didn't get at least a couple more games. I still think even if let's say he lost those 2 other games, we still bring in Tuchel and see what he's doing now.
I think Lampard got sacked a bit too late, to be fair. I think we should.
I agree 100%.
Sacked him after the Man City game. Because I think after the Man City game would have been good for Tuchel, because he would have had a week, and then he would have had Morecambe, and then he would have had another week, and then we would have had Fulham. So I think.
What were you saying on it, Lewis?
I thought he was fired after Arsenal.
On this whole Lampard thing, what were you saying on it? Like, were you happy that? Do you think he got sacked a bit unfairly in the sense that he didn't get a chance to get out of the rut that he was using? I saw it as one rut this season. So
with the games that we have coming right now, like I said, I'd give Lampard until the Tottenham game, because I thought if he ain't got things sorted by then, get rid of him, because the run of games we're about to have, we're going to be fucked up. Yeah. And the results were so bad. He didn't even make it to that. Every game I was playing, even the games we were winning, I was sitting there and I was like, this ain't good. Like, we're scraping wins against 10-man Fulham and that. Like,
I mean,
you see after the Man City game, he had a whole week, So because we had a lot of games crashed in together, I might have been like, he can't implement what he wants to do. So we had a whole week, and then we played Morecambe, which was a 4-0 win, but we were still playing very sideways. We were still using the whips a little bit too much, but we had quality, so we got past them. And then we had another week, so this is 2 weeks plus Morecambe, and Morecambe we have to win anyways. And then he had Fulham, and that was a dreadful performance. So I don't know. I just think after.
Do you not think we were sold a dream though, man, as fans from the
Yes, of course. We were.
You know what I mean?
That's
we sold a dream.
But that's your fault for falling in love. But that's your fault. That's your fault, Johnny, for falling in love with a guy who.
No, I believe we were going to build something, like actually build.
Yeah, but how can we build something if the builder doesn't know how to fucking build?
What can we build based off what? Based off what?
Come on, Kai. Come on.
No, how can we build? If you want,
do you know how clever that Lampard is, man?
If you want,
man, with this IQ bullshit again, man.
He can be,
man. Well, he's played football his life. He knows the game.
Yeah,
he knows it better than us.
Yeah, but you don't have time to build it, Chelsea. So it's a results business.
Bro, it's not even that. Bro, listen, bro.
One at a time. Fucking hell.
His accolades don't even suggest that he can build, bro.
Hold on. Let him speak.
Yeah, man. Just
my God.
yeah, man. It's for me. It's amazing when people tell me, "Oh yeah, they sold us a dream." That's your fault if you fall in love like a teenage girl, man. That's your fucking problem, man.
It was so
How can you
toxic,
expect
bro. I'm
somebody?
sorry, man. It was
How can
toxic.
you expect somebody that to come from Derby and just come from Chelsea and just all of a sudden in 3 years win the Premier League? That's to me, that's insane, man. That's insane. I was willing to give it a go because I loved Lampard as a player. But when you look at it like sensibly and you look at it like a grown person, right? And you think about it, it's very difficult. Managerial job is very difficult. It's not only you have to be very good tactically, you have to know how to deal with different type of personalities. You have to know how to deal with the pressure. As a manager, it's completely different from as a coach. And it's the same thing with any job that you do in life. You can't just ask somebody who in his whole life only built a small wooden home to all of a sudden build you a fucking palace, man. It's impossible, man.
That's fair. Look, earlier Johnny made the point. He said that it was the players' fault and they didn't play for him, right?
For a couple games, they were.
Hold on. You said that. If you look at a team up in Manchester, right, who are kind of experiencing the same thing, every time their manager's about to get the sack, what do?
Yeah, this is what I've said. He always turns it around.
But they didn't sack him, did they? They didn't sack Ollie, man. He's had 3
No, because the players showed up for him.
They used to fail him, man. They failed for fucking years, man. We can't be that.
No, they didn't sack him.
As like a thing, man.
They didn't sack him. This is the point, because the difference is, right? Man United at the start of the season, shaky start, yeah. He'll then, just as you think he's about to get the sack, he'll then go and grind out 4 or 5 results on the bounce.
But Alex, because they haven't won anything, man. Is that even a good example? Is that who would you want to inspire for? Pochettino.
I don't want anyone like Ollie, man. He's had how many semi-finals?
What do you an example?
I've never said I want him.
You didn't say that.
I've never said.
I know you didn't say that.
The point I'm trying to make is that was the difference between Ollie at United and Frank at Chelsea. I didn't see that where we'd have a little bad run and then go and win 4 or 5 games in a row. That's the difference between Lampard and Ollie.
But I put that down to the board's pressure as well, Alex, is what I'm trying to say.
That's just
they put in that. I don't care. The Glazers don't give a toss, mate. They're happy to make their money, yeah, and they're happy to get Champions League, and they'll invest a bit here and there because they stuck with Ollie. If they had real ambition, you think they're going to stick with Ollie? No chance. No chance.
Hold on.
So that's a good thing.
Look, you may not think this matters. Listen, hold on. You may not think this matters, right? But the Glazers own the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right? This summer, they went out and got Tom Brady, and they got every single person who they thought would help them win. All right? So I can't sit here and listen to you say that when they literally put their entire lives on the line on a 45-year-old man to lead their team to a Super Bowl. And he did.
I don't fucking know.
Where did they get the money?
They haven't had the right person to get. They haven't liked anyone that they really wanted in the summer windows, and they couldn't get them at a price that they wanted, which is understandable. They still have a really good squad, bro. Manchester United still has one of the world's best academies. So it's not a matter of they need to buy players. They're still second in the league with the same team they had last year. So it shows you one player could change it for them. So we can't use that as an excuse for us because we need to be performing because we are not.
I'm not going to use it as an excuse since the Manchester United haven't won a fucking Premier League title for fucking 8 years, man. I don't want to fucking inspire to that. I'm sorry, man. I don't inspire for that.
I don't get what they're trying to say, Johnny, because they're trying to say they have no ambition.
Everyone's comparing Lampard to Ollie, like that level. That's what I'm saying.
Like, must have some ambition.
Because I've just seen Ole blaming Lampard in the post-match presser for the VAR.
What did he say, man?
For the last month.
I let Ryan speak.
Lampard doesn't manage us anymore, man.
He's blaming the Chelsea website. He's blaming VAR, and he's blaming Frank. The reason why the penalty wasn't.
To be fair, magic mushrooms, man. So it could be on them, man. Jesus Christ, Lampard doesn't even manage
in the first place. What's his name? McTominay flipping kicked him out in the face, and then he got a free kick for no reason.
Yeah.
And then Greenwood pushed his hands onto the ball, and then he handballed it after that. So Man United fans are just funny, man. They're just funny, like VAR.
Yeah, they everything, man.
Sometimes you just have to sit back and laugh at a masterpiece, man.
Manchester United, man. That's all they rely on.
Exactly.
We should have had a penalty as well when
they got done today. Good. I'm glad.
Bro, I'll start laughing at Man United when we win a title again.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Facts.
Exactly that. But guys, we do have to head off because I've got to start the phone in about 8 minutes. It's been an amazing debate. This has probably been one of the most fun live reviews we've done in a good week. So I'm glad to the panel. Thanks to everyone who's joined in as well. Everyone's links are down in the description below. So guys, check out all of their channels. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll be back tomorrow for another hangover review, and we'll look back over most of the main points of yesterday. But until then, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let us know any of your thoughts on anything that we discussed down in the comment section below. Take care, and